matchup with Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers. This will be taken short. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
All right, now, wide 80.
Check me out.
Play action. It's Roethlisberger.
Great one over there.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. So he can't hang on. And as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know. But you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. This is Joe Mixon, fourth in the NFL in rushing last season. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Look, squeeze. 18 Gator. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Convert. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Show it up. X3. 218. Chopper. Hey, zoom. Snap.
2nd and 5. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
They'll set up to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And Bullock will put this one through. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
After the field goal now, it's Bullock to kick it away. This will be taken very short. Then he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? They will come up on a 1st and 5 following the encroachment penalty. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
I know you felt that one.
5-yard gain. Brings up 2nd down.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. On second down, they'll run with White. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Come on, man. Let's go.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. It's a gain of 10. And a Steeler first down.
30. Blue 30. Come on, QB, come on.
They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. Looking for the... That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers have taken the lead. The fly route works for the TD grab.
And you know what the receivers love to say? If we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did all the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different.
And got his man complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. John Ross, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are going to jump back in front. They erased that deficit pretty quickly, did they not? A 2-play drive.
What do we call that? Short-lived?
Very.
Very short-lived. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone and back out in front. We always talk about drives, don't we? Does 2 plays count as a drive?
Not really, but that second play was so good. I don't care what we call it. It was enjoyable to watch. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
66.
He finds his man Johnson. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. And boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight.
Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Cameron Hayward in on the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. And an alley to run. Past the 20. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. John Ross with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. This time, the extra point up and good. And that makes this a 9-point game. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, is intended target. And it's 3rd and 5. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to fire one. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 40. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports.
Come on, set. HG Gator. Set. Hey. Hey, wahoo! Let's go.
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Bud Dupree in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. A good pickup there, 22. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Protein spill. You. Hey, Haywood.
On play action, they'll throw. They'll let this go for the end zone. That's going to be caught by Ross for a Bengal touchdown. John Ross on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. A diving catch for the score. He laid out. That was special.
And you know the first thing they're going to check, right? Did he complete the process of the catch? All the way through, all the way to the ground. Ball doesn't hit the ground without control in his hands. All of that, yes. Check the box. Touchdown.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Here we go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Running out of the gun with White, and he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
It's a gain of 3. And the Steelers
31's the mic. Rip left.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's Roethlisberger. Complete. It's Johnson. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about it, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on. Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
This is taken at the 3. Oh, he shifts past him. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 21. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Got an open man, that's C.J. Uzomah. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll look to throw again. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Bud Dupree. And he is going to be stopped on the return at his own 3-yard line. Those INTs all sting, but you throw one in the red zone, I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you're giving up points.
And Ben goes down in the end zone, and that'll be a safety. So they go with the empty set, and that's the risk you run right there. Nobody was there to protect.
Well, you know how most offenses have audibles, and they've changed plays when they see certain sets. A lot of defenses do the exact same thing. You go to an empty back set, they bring pressure, and boy, did it pay off in this case.
That's it, baby. We gonna work.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually actually pop and turn into a big play, that's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Hey, Irvin. Shoot.
They'll throw now on the final play. Airing one out for Boyd. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Sutton. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And an alley to run. Through an opening, and there he goes. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. That kick return TD is 98 yards in length. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead.
It's all about taking words and bringing them to life. At halftime, I will guarantee you in their locker room, they talked about pressing the kicking game because you can get an advantage if you do it right, and they just did.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time. 48.
Hey, Delta.
Come to my work.
Now it's Roethlisberger. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. Well, that was almost a 4-point swing. The interception, if he had returned it all the way, would have been 2 for them, but just a little bit shy.
And when it's a play like that, you're exactly right with the math. But don't you feel like it would have counted for more if they found their way all the way back to the end zone?
And he's loose again. He's at the 40, 20, 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. That kick return TD is 98 yards in length. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead.
Again, helping partner, I get fired up. 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns in the same game. This is fun to watch.
Yeah, we call a lot of games at a lot of different places. Sometimes it seems like we do it simultaneously, but we rarely get to see this. Bullock good on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 23. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
It's just me and you.
The drive starts with a run by White. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
Here we go.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Roethlisberger. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It'll be a gain of 17 at a Pittsburgh first. Now Roethlisberger to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Well, those two have hooked up for a touchdown once already in this game, that time unable to find the completion.
Yeah, it just appeared they wanted to get him out into open space and try and get him the football. As you mentioned, unable to connect.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Going on the ground, it's White. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to make it fourth down.
Jack 16. Hey, Echo.
Fourth down. Here's Roethlisberger. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off by Von Bell. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Ready. You're out.
The Bengals take over first and 10.
They'll try to get the run game going. This is Mixon. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Airing one out for Boyd. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Tyler Boyd. His third touchdown now on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. So a nice touchdown pass for the rookie there. And, you know, as they go down the stretch, look, they're not a playoff team. This is just confidence building and growth time for him, right?
Yeah, it's a game within the game, isn't it? Because every team wants to win all games on their schedule. But the development of this rookie quarterback is paramount for this team. So you're exactly right. Every rep, doesn't matter what the game, what the situation, what the score, valuable for him, valuable for his team as they look towards next year.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
At the 40-yard line.
From the 40 now on second down. Roethlisberger. And the catch made by Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there in a first down. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That good for 22 and a first down.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside, they can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. James Washington, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point now by Boswell. Now that shaves a bit off the lead. It's now a 23-point game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Back now in Cincinnati. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
Set. 18 Gator. General West.
I'm coming. Tighten up.
Now.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 42. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now Joe Mixon. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
That one, a gain of 20 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw here, Roethlisberger. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. The Steelers on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 14. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A big gain of 39 on 3rd. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Johnson's got it complete. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out.
57's Mike. Mike 57. Man, that's trash. That's
50.
On third down, Roethlisberger. He's going to let this one go deep. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Von Bell. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Again, it's Mixon. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. He's got his man, Boyd. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
And they just had another big completion there. And I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
It's the age-old argument. Then you could say on the other side, if you're going to get angry about it, stop it, right?
Go ahead and stop me. And I think a lot of the times they just look at it like, let's just play the game. And however it turns out, it turns out.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati 1st down.
That's good. Go. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Watch 98. Watch 98. 98's the mic. Here we go. D. All day. Defense. All day. All day.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Looking deep downfield. That's going to be caught by Ross for a Bengal touchdown. John Ross, 42 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point up and good by Bullock, and the lead will swell by one more. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them.
Black 20.
First down, Steelers.
Black, what's that?
They go right back to White here on first down. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Cincinnati, the win keeps them barely hanging on to their playoff hopes as they move to 4-7. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, it's a loss that sets them back in their playoff push as they fall to 6-5. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.